A buddy of mine bought a 2020 Model Y, and for 3 years he did absolutely nothing to it. No tire rotations, no brake service, nothing. He kept telling me the same thing every Tesla owner says: it's electric, man, there's nothing to maintain. Then one morning, he was backing out of his driveway and heard a loud pop from the front end. The control arm ball joint had completely separated. The wheel folded right underneath the car. Could you imagine if that happened on the highway at 70 miles per hour? It cost $1,800 to fix. He had been hearing a creaking noise from the front for months, and he just figured it was normal. That's the problem with Teslas. They are genuinely great cars. But this whole zero maintenance thing has owners driving around with seized brakes, bald tires, and suspension that is one pothole away from catastrophic failure, and they have no idea. These are 8 mistakes that will wreck your Tesla before 100,000 miles, and every single one is dead simple to prevent. Number 1. You're charging your battery wrong. I'm gonna keep this stupid simple because there is way too much overthinking around Tesla battery charging. For the long range and performance models, charge to 80% for everyday driving. That's your number. When you need the extra juice for a road trip, bump it up. Otherwise, 80 and forget about it. Owners who charge to 100% every single night see nearly double the battery wear compared to owners who stay around 80%. And the funny part is, those owners almost never use that extra range. They charge to full, drive to work and back, and plug in again. All that extra wear on the cells for range, they never even touch. Now, if you have a standard range Model 3 with the iron phosphate battery, Tesla does want you to charge to 100% once a week for calibration. But charge it and drive it right away. Don't let it sit at 100%, baking in a hot garage for 3 days. And while we're on the subject, let me clear something up about supercharging. A lot of people think fast charging is terrible for the battery. It's really not. Tesla's thermal management system does a genuinely good job keeping things cool during a supercharge session. The real danger is supercharging in cold weather. When the battery pack is freezing and you slam 150 kilowatts into it, you can permanently damage the cells. Charging speeds drop by over 40% on a cold pack, and the car is struggling the whole time. Your Tesla will actually warm the battery for you if you route to a supercharger through the navigation system. Use that feature every time. Don't just pull up to a stall on a 20-degree morning with a stone-cold battery pack. But honestly, the battery pack underneath your Tesla is the thing people stress about the most, and the thing least likely to actually kill the car. This next one costs Tesla owners more money than everything else on this list. Number 2. Your tires are disappearing and you do not realize it. This one catches every single Tesla owner off guard. A Model Y weighs about 4,400 pounds. That is heavier than a lot of mid-sized trucks from 10 years ago. And unlike a gas engine that builds power gradually, your Tesla dumps every bit of torque the instant you touch the pedal. Your tires are fighting for their lives every time you leave a stoplight. On the base 19-inch wheels, expect 25 to 35,000 miles per set. Got the performance model with the big 21-inch wheels, 15 to 20,000 miles. A regular Camry gets 50 to 65,000 miles from a set of tires, almost double. Over 100,000 miles, a base Model Y owner is spending $5,000 to $7,000 just on rubber. Performance model? That can climb toward $14,000. And that is money that sneaks up on you at the tire shop because you are buying 3 or 4 sets instead of 2. Here is a tip that saves real money though. You do not have to buy Tesla foam-lined tires. One owner on the forums got a full set mounted and balanced at Walmart for $450. The same job at a Tesla service center ran $1,700. Same tire size, same load rating, fraction of the price. The foam lining is supposed to reduce road noise, and sure, it helps a little, but is it worth paying 3 to 4 times more per set? Not even close. Shop around, compare prices at Costco, Discount Tire, even Walmart. Your wallet will thank you. Number 3. You're not rotating your tires and it's costing you thousands. Tesla says rotate every 6,250 miles, and they are not being picky. Most Tesla setups wear the rear tires 2 to 3 times faster than the fronts because of the rear wheel drive bias. I have seen people on forums where the fronts still look brand new and the rears are completely bald. That is money sitting on the front axle doing nothing, while the rears burn down to the cords. Regular rotation stretches your tire life by 20 to 30%. On a Tesla, that translates to saving roughly $800 to $1,600 per set of tires. And Discount Tire does rotations for free if you bought tires there. While you're at it, get your alignment checked. I have seen brand new Teslas delivered from the factory already out of spec. One 2024 Model 3 had the front toe so far off it looked like somebody had smacked a curb. On a car this heavy, bad alignment eats a set of tires in under 10,000 miles. An alignment check at an independent shop runs $100 to $200. Cheap insurance. Number 4. Your brake calipers are rotting because you never use the brakes. This one messes with people's heads. Regenerative braking is so good that your brake pads can last over 150,000 miles. A 2014 Model S still had the factory originals at 151,000 miles. That sounds incredible, right? Here's the catch. When the mechanical brakes just sit there month after month, moisture and road salt build up on the caliper slides and pins. On a normal car, the friction from stopping cleans all that off naturally. On a Tesla, it just sits and corrodes. I've seen service photos where the brake pads were basically welded to the rotor. Tesla's own service manual actually mentions using air hammers to free stuck calipers, AIR hammers on brake calipers. That tells you how bad it gets. If you live anywhere roads get salted, Tesla says clean and lube the calipers every 12 months. That costs about $100 to $200. Skip it, and you're staring at up to $900 per corner for a corroded caliper rebuild with new pads and rotors. All 4 corners, $3,600. One more thing Tesla buries in the manual. They actually want you to stomp on the brake pedal regularly, hard enough to engage the mechanical brakes. It cleans and dries the rotors. Think of it like taking your brakes for a walk so they don't freeze up. Number 5. You forgot brake fluid exists. Quick one here. Brake fluid absorbs moisture from the air even when you never touch the brakes. Over time, the water content rises. If it gets too high, the fluid can actually boil under hard braking. That means a soft, spongy pedal right when you need to make an emergency stop. Not a fun surprise. Tesla says check it every 4 years. A full flush runs $100 to $200. Probably one of the cheapest things you can do on this entire car. And almost nobody does it because they think electric means no brake maintenance. You can even grab a cheap brake fluid tester for about $15 on Amazon and check the moisture level yourself between service visits. If you're finding this helpful, hit subscribe. I cover Tesla and car maintenance tips every week. Now let's get to the one about the Tesla 12-volt battery, because this honestly scares me the most. Number 6. The 12-volt battery that traps people inside. Every Tesla has 2 batteries, the big pack that moves the car, and a small 12-volt battery that powers literally everything else. The touchscreen, the door latches, the windows, the locks. When that little 12-volt dies, you are locked inside the car. The screen is dead. The doors will not open. You are stuck. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration opened an investigation covering about 174,000 Model Y vehicles after getting over 140 complaints from people who could not get out of their own cars. In one complaint, a woman had to be freed after her husband smashed a window. In another case, an 8-month-old was trapped inside for 30 minutes while the interior temperature climbed past 104 degrees. The 12-volt battery in Teslas made before 2022 is a basic lead-acid battery that lasts about 3 to 5 years. Replacement through Tesla's mobile service costs $85 to $125. They come to your house and swap it in 20 minutes. Newer Teslas from 2022 onward have a lithium 12-volt battery that lasts way longer. But if you are driving an older one and that battery is past 3 years, just swap it. You can check the 12-volt battery voltage through the touchscreen or with a basic multimeter. If it is reading below 12 volts with the car off, it is on borrowed time. There is no cheaper peace of mind on this car. Number 7. The suspension flaw hiding in 700,000 Teslas. Remember my buddy from the beginning of the video? His failure was not a fluke. A German parts manufacturer called Miele tore apart Tesla's front upper control arm and found a real design problem. The ball joint is completely sealed in plastic with zero drainage. Water from the windshield channel seeps inside and corrodes the joint until it eventually fails. This affects over 700,000 Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. Failures typically show up between 40,000 and 70,000 miles, but I have heard of cases as early as 30,000 miles. Tesla usually covers it under warranty, but the replacement part has the exact same flaw. Some owners are on their third set. If you are out of warranty, expect $1,000 to $2,000 for both sides. Miele released a redesigned version with proper drainage that fixes the root cause. If you hear any creaking or popping from the front end, do not sit on it. A $200 inspection today beats a separated control arm at highway speed tomorrow. Number 8. You're breathing mold and it's an easy fix. This one won't kill your car, but it will make every drive miserable. If your Tesla's air conditioning smells like a dirty gym bag, congratulations, you have dirty sock syndrome. It is mold and bacteria growing on the evaporator coils behind a clogged cabin air filter. Tesla says swap the cabin filter every 2 years on the Model 3 and Y. At a Tesla service center, that costs $150 to $200. Or you can grab a set of aftermarket filters for $15 to $30 on Amazon and change them yourself in about 30 minutes while watching a YouTube tutorial. So here's what the Tesla owner's manual doesn't make obvious. Tesla says no annual maintenance is needed. And technically there are no oil changes or transmission fluid. But there is a full service schedule buried in the owner's manual that covers tires, brakes, filters, and fluids. Following it costs about $500 to $600 a year. Ignoring it leads to multi-thousand-dollar repairs and people trapped in their own vehicles. Oh, and one more thing. When your car tells you there is a software update available, don't keep hitting "Remind me later" for 6 months. Tesla fixes most of their recalls through those updates. We're talking stuff like tire pressure monitoring failures, rear-view camera glitches, and power steering issues. Skipping updates means you are driving around with known safety defects that Tesla already fixed. It takes 20 minutes. Just do it. Take care of the small stuff, and your Tesla will cruise past 100,000 miles without any drama. If you want the exact maintenance schedule broken down by model, that video is on screen now.